Hello, everyone. We're going to get started. So thank you for attending the Membership Update Center webinar presented to you by 3 members of the Finance and Fundraising Committee. So right now, we are going to introduce the hosts. Calvin.
Okay, hello. My name is Calvin. I currently attend UC Santa Cruz. I'm going to be a second year. And so my past positions include treasurer for the last term. And currently I serve as the Kiwanis Family Relations Chair for my club, as well as your CKI North Chair for this term.
And my name is Aya. I am a 4th year. I was in the past a fundraising chair, a treasurer, last year's PTP ambassador, and this year I am my club's president, as well as Five Funds administrative EA.
Hello, I'm the third host. My name is Christine, and I am from UC Riverside. I will be a 4th year, and last year I was club treasurer, and this year I am the outreach EA for the Five Fund committee.
All right, so what is the Membership Update Center? Well, you probably know it as the acronym MUC. It's an online tool for managing your club rosters and registering your members. It is the official way to add members to the system and pay district and international dues after collecting club dues from your members.
All right, so we're going to do a simple walkthrough for the MUC. And it's actually down right now, so we have pictures to help you visualize the walkthrough. So you can either go to the link that you have before you, reporting.kiwanis1.org, or you can go to circlek.org and then click the membership update tab, and that will lead you to the portal where you can log in. So if you are a current treasurer, I hope you've talked to your predecessor or they talked to you and given you information. But if you do not have a login or legacy login is not working, then we have some options for you. So if you don't have a login, you can use your personal email or whatever you want to maybe pass on and create a new account. So option 2, if there is a legacy login but it's not working, then just reset the password. It's usually a little link below the login. But if you are still having issues, like none of those worked for you and your predecessor has cut contact maybe, then you should contact your faculty or Kiwanis advisor for help. And yes, call the Kiwanis hotline at 1-800-KIWANIS or email member services@kiwanis.org and ask for assistance in logging into the MUC. So now this is what you see after you either type in the link or go to circlek.org, and there's email, password, and then below login there should be like a reset password if you need that. And after you successfully log in, you will see this with your name, and then if you click where the arrow is pointing at Membership Update Center, it will lead you to your dashboard, which should look like this. And it actually has more information below that we don't have here, where it has your club president and like the executive officers, as well as some other information about your Circle K club.
All right, so when it comes to updating the roster, the first thing you need to do is go to the Members tab and remove and add members. Members that need to be removed are ones that are no longer in the club, members that have yet to pay dues, and members that have graduated. The members that will need to be added are dues paid members only. This includes returning and new members. It is extremely important that you remove all members that have not yet paid dues. When you submit your roster, you will have to pay for all the members that are listed. So if you keep members that have yet to pay dues, a problem could arise for you in the future when it is time to pay. As for adding new members, you can either add them individually or bulk add them. In the next couple of slides, we'll show you the step-by-step process on how to delete and add members. So to make deleting graduated members easy, you can choose to view certain graduation years only. Click the box under the delete column for any member that needs to be deleted. After that, click Save and go through the roster to make sure that all your changes have been completed. You can also scroll through the roster and select members that need to be deleted that way. To add individual members, go to Add New Members under the Members tab, and it will take you to a form that you'll have to fill out, which includes their first name, last name, address, city, graduation year, area code, and phone number. In this form, the first name, last name, city, and graduation year are mandatory. Make sure to click Save and go through the roster to make sure that your new member has been added. In order to add multiple members at the same time, go to Bulk Add Members under the Members tab. This will take you to a form that has multiple rows for adding members. As you can see, there is less information to fill out than for adding members individually. This is a much faster way to add members to your roster, and we recommend utilizing this feature as much as possible. Scroll all the way to the end and click Save to go through the roster to make sure that these members were added successfully. Please note that you can only add as many members as there are rows. You are not able to add more rows, so if you need to add more members, just do the bulk add process over again.
Okay, and now we're moving on to finances. So after all members that are needed to be removed have been removed and all the members that needed to be added have been added, the final steps you would have to take are to click the roster complete invoice button under members to see the open orders. And once you click this, you'll be able to pay for all the membership as well as the international and district dues that may be standing at the beginning when you first submit dues for the term. And you can pay that through either check or a credit card. And so here you can see that the arrow is pointing at the roster complete print invoice. So only click this once you make sure that all your members are accounted for and anyone who has given you money for dues. So once you click that, you will be sent to this page right here. This is for open orders. And so all you have to do is click the check mark, the box right there where the arrow is pointing. And for that, that will register as you being able to pay for that one. And so all you'd have to do is either click print invoice and pay by mail, or you can pay online with the credit card. And so the breakdown for the dues are right here. So if you are a two-year institution, the international fees are $300. If you're a four-year institution with less than 5,000 students, the international dues are $450. And if you are attending a four-year institution with 5,000 students or more, then the international fees are $600. The district fees, which are basically just the membership fees, are $9 per member. And then the minimum membership for the two-year institution and four-year institution with less than 5,000 students is 10 members. And any four-year institution with 5,000 students or more needs to have a minimum membership of 15. And so the district and international fees go towards organizing district and international events, paying administrative and travel costs, marketing Circle K in general, providing insurance for all Circle K members during divisional and or district events, and helping to charter clubs around the world. And so All membership needs to be sent in before a fall training conference to be able to attend it. There will be there won't be any way to finalize a membership during FTC. So all members attending FTC Fall Training Conference must be sent in through the Membership Update Center before the event. And if you're doing it by mail, all the checks should be made out to, or should be sent to this address, Circle K International, with the address listed below or on the screen.
Okay, so we're going to go over some frequently asked questions. And if you yourself have come up with a question throughout our webinar so far, but you've been holding on to it, then don't worry. Right after we go over FAQs, it'll be open forum where you get to ask questions and we will help you to the best of our ability. So for the first question, how do I edit an individual member's information? It's very simple. All you have to do is go to the row of that individual and click the image that looks like a pencil. And then when you click that, it should open up to like the screen of how when you first added them, and you should be able to edit their information, such as their email and maybe their graduation year.
Another frequently asked question is, what happens when I accidentally delete a member from my roster? Well, do not worry about it. It is not a problem. You can add them back. To re-add deleted members, go through your deletion history tab and click restore. This should alleviate your problem. Members that were deleted are held for 90 days. So unless you go and delete them and you only think about it after over 3 months, it won't be a problem.
Okay, and if members were former Key Club, Key Wins, or Circle K members that were transferring schools, do we click on their names from previous affiliation or no match? So you would want to make sure to check with that member first to see if they were affiliated with any of the past identities that do show up. So it could possibly be someone else. So when you do when you add a member, usually or sometimes you'll have a list of other people with the same name, either who have been in Key Club, Key Wins, or Circle K members that have previously memberships, but it might not be the exact person that you're trying to put in. So you're going to see if they have any previous affiliations, check with that member, contact them through whatever means they are reachable at, and if their affiliation is correct, then select previous affiliation, and clicking no match will create a completely new entry if that's not the person.
Okay, cool. So our fourth one is, some of my changes are not going through. What should I do? So the best thing to do would be to email memberservices@kiwanis.org. This is a very important email. You should all take note of this, with a detailed explanation of the changes you want to make. So for example, hello, I am the club treasurer at UC Riverside, and there's a member whose last name is spelled incorrectly, but the system is preventing me from fixing it on my own. Christine Din should be Christine DINH. If you could help me fix that, that would be great. Thank you for your time. So be as specific as possible in your email, and they actually respond very quickly. I've had to do this a lot during my term because sometimes the system wouldn't let me add members for some reason. So a very important email to note down. And yeah, be as specific as you can.
Another frequently asked question is, who has the ability to add or remove members from the MUC? The club secretary, the club treasurer, the Kiwanis advisor, and the faculty advisor all have the ability to update the MUC. Typically, it will be for your treasurer. And, in my experience, my Kiwanis advisor and my faculty advisor don't really touch our MUC. But if your club is one of the ones where they do, then you can also ask them for help. All right, and now we are moving on to open forum. So if you guys have any questions that you want answered, and we will address them. Okay, so Kimberly asks, is there any benefit to putting in a member's previous key club, etc. history into the MUC? I'm going to say that the answer is yes, because when you put in their previous, when you attach their current affiliation to their past affiliation, then it'll show up in the system that they've been in Kiwanis for X amount of time. So it might not.
I agree with Aya.
It might not technically matter, but with record keeping, it matters.
Yeah, it's also better for Kiwanis International to be able to not have like 17 pristine DINs. So.
Okay, Al says, so I'm graduating after this quarter and I'm on DLT. Do I still count as a member?
You should be counted as a member if you do pay your dues. The dues last the entire term. So even if you do graduate, you should be still part of Circle K.
As long as you pay your membership dues to your club, you will still count as a member.
And as long as you are in that school for at least one semester or one quarter.
If you guys need us to go back to any previous slides, just let us know.
We love you too, May. Yes, Kimberly, there is a sign-in, and we will release it on the event page after the webinar is over. Okay, so there are some questions from last year that might be pertinent. Oh, before that, Bill asks, how do you submit fees again because he zoned out? That's okay. So you submit fees through, not through open orders. I mean, yes, through open orders, but first you have to click the button that says print print invoice, and then go to open orders and finances, and you can complete. You can either send your check by the mail, or you can pay on the MUC with a card if your club does have a card. Jocelyn wants us to talk about deadlines again.
Like the FTC deadline? Or
Like deadlines in general? Deadlines
okay.
in general, so dues are typically due around the end of November, usually mid-November. But for members to be able to attend fall training conference, dues have to be submitted before then. So before November 3rd, they need to be submitted.
Another pertinent question is, what do I do if my club can't afford to pay our international dues? So something that you can do is you can ask your sponsor in Kiwanis for help. Sorry, ask your sponsor in Kiwanis for help. Just appeal to them and say, we need this in order to stay alive, and they'll be more helping you. Something else that you can do is change how much dues are for your club. In order to change your dues, it has to be voted on by all the members, and there has to be a quorum with 2/3 people voting to change dues. So, for example, my club has dues dollars, and if I wanted to change it at all, we would have to go to quorum and see if that's something that everyone would be okay with.
To Daniel, who asked, did I miss everything? This webinar will be posted to the CNH YouTube channel, so you can catch it again afterwards.
Charlene asks, how do you get members to turn in their dues on time? And so one of the things is, I guess, doing deadlines, especially for events that they want to attend, like fall training conference. Or you can also make it so that if they want to attend certain divisional events or go outside of the club, then paying dues quicker would allow them to continue to get those events or at a higher priority.
Something that you can also do is offer incentives for turning in their dues early. Something that UNLV does is if 30 members, and this is new members, if at least 30 members pay their dues before October 30th, we give them $5 credit from their dues to go towards any Circle K event that they want to attend. Typically, people choose to put it towards CKI South or DLSSP. Also something that you can do.
For me, at UCR, we have a mentorship program. So as an incentive for new members to pay their membership dues, you can only apply to be a little like the mentee if you are a member. You can only go attend FTC if you are a member. So we just advertise these a lot to them, and we set the first deadline for membership dues around the time before fall installation. So that's what UCR does.
Something important to note is that November 30th is the last day to pay your first batch of dues. If you do not pay any dues by November 30th, your club could become suspended. So it doesn't matter if your roster only has one person on it or a million people on it. Pay your first batch of dues by November 30th. You can keep on updating your roster and paying dues throughout the year. So just as long as you get your first batch in before November 30, everything will be a-okay. Charlene asks, what do you consider an active member? Well, okay, to be honest, that's a very subjective thing, but for the Membership Update Center, what matters is dues paid members and not necessarily active members. So any person who gives you your treasurer dues is a dues paid member and should be on the Membership Update Center. Andrew asks, what happens if you don't reach the 10 members needed for a club? Your club will no longer be considered an active club if it has less than 10 members for your club size. So that's why recruitment is really important. And if your club is having problems with recruitment, please contact Helen, the District MD&E Chair, for help, and also Jennifer Huang. Oh yeah, and Jennifer Huang is the CNM chair. And she can help you with promotional stuff.
So Daniel asks, any tips on maintaining members?
Something that I've found that is really good for maintaining and retaining members would be to always keep your club very active. Having a lot of service to go to is something that will help. Having a lot of socials, having people be active in committees in the club are things that will tend to keep members in.
I think another way of maintaining members. Oh, yeah. But another way of maintaining members would be to communicate with them. So if you just see some members off to the side, like during your general meetings, and just go up to them, start a conversation, and just make it feel like, they're not just there to be, like a friend.
Something that I think helped my club maintain members is our family system. I'm not sure if a lot of other clubs do it, but it's in a way like grouping members together, and then they're led by two family heads. So they like have socials together, and they motivate each other to attend events together, and so it's like a little family within a big family. So yeah.
Does anyone still have any questions on the Membership Update Center? All right, well, if there aren't any more questions, then this concludes the Membership Update Center webinar. Thank you guys for coming. We will post the attendance link in, oh wait, hold on. Okay, one more very important question. Can you use your own personal credit card to pay for dues? And the answer to that would be no. You should not be able to handle, if you, okay, club funds should not be going into your personal accounts. So if you want to pay for your membership dues with your card with your money and then be reimbursed later, that would be acceptable. But to transfer club funds into your own accounts to pay for it is not okay. Okay, so if that's the last question, then we're done, and we'll post the webinar attendance link in the event page. Thank you guys for coming.
Oh, hey, there's another question.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Last question. I had a question about FTC. The payment deadline for FTC is October. So do people going to FTC have to be dues paid by that deadline? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order for one of your members who wants to go to FTC they should be paid to your club by the October deadline. And yes, we did talk about how to log into the MUC, and this webinar will be posted on the CNH YouTube later, so you can view it then. Okay. Now we're done. Yep. Thank you for coming, everyone.